let's take a look at this. We're going to be multiplying two binomials. Now, the reason why they're called binomials is because a binomial is a polynomial that has two terms. Right? So think of this as the first term. This would be the second term, right? So this part represents one binomial, okay? And then this would be representing another binomial, right? So since this polynomial only has two parts, this is what multiplying binomial with binomial would represent. So let's take a look at how we can do this. Multiple strategies can be applied when you're multiplying binomials. And one of the more common ones is something called the FOIL method. All right, the FOIL method is just distribution. All right, I like to call it like double distribution. So we begin with 2q, the first term in the first binomial. We're going to multiply 2q to each of the terms in the second binomial. So we first multiply 2q times 2q. So the product of 2q times 2q would be 4q to the power of 2. Right? Why do we have q to the power of 2? That's because each variable, if it does not have a visible power, the power would be a 1. When you multiply q times q, you would add the exponents. Okay, so we have to apply the property of exponents there. We continue with 2q. Now we multiply times the other term, 2q times 4. Okay, so 2q times 4, this we just multiply the two coefficients with each other. So it's just 2 times positive 4, right? So that would be 2 times 4, which is 8. And then we have our q. So this would be plus 8q. All right, so we're done with that part. Now we're going to distribute using the second binomial, or the second term of the first binomial. So we have positive 1. We're going to multiply that times 2q. Well, 1 times 2 is just 2. But we also multiplied it times q to the first. So we get 2q. And then finally, 1 times 4 is just a positive 4. So what we end up with here is the expansion of 2q plus 1 times 2q plus 4. Okay, now we're almost done. The last thing we would need to do after you expand and you multiply is to look for common terms, like terms that we can add together or subtract. So I noticed that 8q and 2q, right, they both have the same variable, and it's only q to the first power. So then I'm going to combine like terms here, right? So I can combine 8q plus 2q to give me positive 10q. Okay. None of the other terms have a like term, right? So 4q squared, there are no q squared terms, so we're just going to bring it down. That's 4q squared. And then the same thing with positive 4. Positive 4, there are no other constants anywhere else to combine with, so then we bring it down. So then this would be my polynomial after I have multiplied the two binomials together.